Oh, hey y'all. Um, I'm gonna talk about this White House dinner shooting that just happened with Donald Trump and looked like a couple of hundred people from the media. Not just the mainstream that you'd get on TV and stuff, but other people that do um, the podcasts and things like that, private media. I'm going to talk some logic into this. I believe that this was set up. And I think the Orange Man had it set up. I don't think anyone else knew anything about it. I don't think CIA knew, the FBI, I don't believe they knew anything about it. Okay? And I'm saying that because when an official of anyone in the government is being shot at, or if there's shootings in the room, or anything like that, anytime they're in that vicinity, one of the first things that CIA does, the Secret Service, they instantly will put you on the ground and cover you with their own body. This is what they are trained to do. This is what they do. Okay? When Trump had supposedly been shot at during the campaign or whatever it was where they shot his ear supposedly, he wasn't put on the ground. His head was exposed. Okay? That was not a legit assassination attempt. Okay, it wasn't. There's just no way for it to be. Number one, cartilage just doesn't grow fucking back. Okay, it just doesn't. He wasn't on the ground. His head was exposed, like I said. This time, I do feel like it was set up. And the reason I say that I don't think anybody else knew anything about it is because the Secret Service went through the procedures that they follow to protect a sitting president. He instantly gets put on the ground, or she, if there's a woman president, she will be put on the ground if that was to happen to her or in the vicinity. Number two, this was a room full of press. Okay? A couple of hundred of them at least. He has attacked the media in numerous ways, especially females. He hates women. He thinks women are to be seen and not heard. He thinks women are to comply and be submissive and do as they're told, not as they see done. He don't believe that women are supposed to work, have their own things, buy their own things, be able to drive, be able to vote. They want to send women back to the 40s, 50s, and 60s, 30s. And he wants to advance the not just the economy, but the businesses and advance everything like they're doing with AI all this shit and all these men working and only men voting and only white men voting at that. Louisiana just invoked another form of a Jim Crow law. Things like that. Okay? Look up Louisiana's updated Jim Crow law. Look it up. Read it. Louisiana's fixing to get fucking emptied out quick because people are going to start moving. Okay? In this dinner, like I said, it was all press. He has continuously attacked the press. It was in the basement. They kept referring to this space as a ballroom. What just happened? Congress or the Supreme Court, I think it was Supreme Court. Anyway, they blocked the building of the ballroom at the White House. What did he do? He talked about the bulletproof glass, the walls are going to be so thick, it's drone proof, it's ballistic proof, it's this, it's that, and blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, bullshit is what it is. But the basement where this dinner was being held is being referred to as a ballroom. He was saying in court or in front of Congress, whichever one was dealing with this, he was telling them that it's a matter of national security and it's a matter of his personal safety and security. What just happened in this at the Hilton where this dinner was going on at? There was a shooter. Imagine that. A matter of national security and his personal security and safety. Come the fuck on. You think people can't see? He thinks people can't see through the bullshit. And then, not long after they get him out of there, after the Secret Service gets him out of the press room, out of the room, the banquet room is more or less what it really was. The basement, it's where the banquet room's at, okay? He has a press conference. And all he's talking about and rattling on about is this fucking Iranian war. Okay? And then he rattles on and says, I had to fight like hell. And then he rattles on about something totally different. What happened before that fake-ass assassination attempt during the campaign? Somewhere leading up to that, he said the same words about fighting like hell. Right? And not long during an appearance doing some type of speech or whatever it was labeled as, January 6th, J6 riot. What did he say? We're going to have to fight like hell. What happened? The riot on the United States Capitol. He said it again tonight. I had to fight like hell tonight. Okay. I had to read between the lines with my mom that adopted me. So I'm able to read between the lines with this orange asshole. He wants to put on a dinner for the media. The guy that runs the FCC, that controls the audio part of the news media, where you hear what's being said instead of just seeing a video that the media is broadcasting to you, That man controls what you hear. The FCC has to do with the audio production. Okay? Why would he put on a dinner for the media? Right? And then prior to this dinner, you've got Caroline Levitt talking to someone from the media about Trump. It's going to be great, and it's going to be funny, and it's going to be the classic Trump, and da-da-da-da-da, and blah, 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 and he's going to put his own pin to it, and there's going to be some shots, and this and that. Really? Really? And then there's so many people that are pissed off about this happening because it had the media press there. There was at least 200 people there or more. Legitimately, probably more. Okay? And they're already throwing innuendos out about firearms. This person that did the shooting is in custody. Okay? He was supposedly a guest at that motel. He apparently had rented a room there. Pretty convenient, don't you think? Just a thought. And I'm going to make this completely crystal clear. I don't agree with the political violence and it being insurrected with the firearm. And I'm going to explain this to y'all as clear, cut, and dry as I possibly can. Okay? A firearm is a tool designed to help to protect you and your family from an immediate threat. Okay, it is not intended to be used to take someone's life because you despise them. And if your firearm is used in the proper way, it is a very effective tool to protect you from someone that has kicked in your front door in the middle of the night while you and your kids are asleep. Your wife, your husband, your partner, your spouse, whatever descriptive word you choose for whoever is your partner or spouse. It's used and designed to protect you, to protect your kids. Yeah, it can definitely be used to protect your home. And everyone in their home has got something of sentimental value that cannot be replaced. I do not wish for any of that to get destroyed because it is irreplaceable, henceforth sentimental value. Okay? But don't use that gun of any make out in public, especially when you are in a room full of people that has nothing to do with your personal feelings towards how you feel about someone that you're after. Take into consideration, most of these people has got someone that they have to get home to. I'm not saying that your feelings about someone are irrelevant, because that's not the case. Everyone's feelings are very relevant. Your behavior and action is not acceptable. It's not. It's not. Okay? I don't like Trump. I can't stand him. And I think he needs to go back up underneath the rock he crawled out from under. All he's done is cause chaos here in the United States. He's taken away everything that people have died and fought for us to have. Okay? The only people that the civil rights movement didn't have to fight for them to have any rights is the white man. The civil rights was fought for women, African American people, men, women, and children alike. White women, because we used to not be able to vote either. We used to not be able to work. We used to not be treated fairly. Learn some history. And I'm not saying it to be a jerk, or to be an asshole, or a smartass, or whatever. Pick up a history book. Learn your shit. He's taken away medical treatment rights. He's taken away Social Security. He's taken away jobs. The last time I checked, there was a 92% poll on job loss. He's not created any jobs. He's not raised minimum wage payments. He's not done anything to help the housing community. People that are on Social Security, people that are disabled, people that are retired, people that are legit just too old to work now because their body won't allow them to stand, or stand for very long, or walk too far, or nothing. Their body's tired, they hurt all the time, all kinds of stuff. Okay, he's not done anything to do anything to help anyone with anything to provide them with a place to live, something they've worked for all their life. Paid into Social Security in order to have that when the time came for them to retire. Instead of them retiring at 60 and 65 years old, dumbass wanted to raise it to 70 years old to retire. Most people don't even get to live until they're 70. Their medical conditions don't even allow them to do that. He wants to stop all of the HIV in research and stop the money and all kinds of stuff. Okay? Medical, dental, vision, 401k is probably going to disappear too. Okay? That's probably going to disappear. IRAs, that's probably going to go to the wayside because he's got the damn feds taking over the banks, wanting the banks to have to show you that they're a United States citizen by birth just to have a bank account. Most of these companies nowadays, they don't give you a paper check to go cash. Most of them do direct deposits. I'm just saying. And then he's got the Nazi ICE Gestapos in our streets, which are probably a lot of the J6ers that he pardoned. Look how they're acting towards people. Look how they treat people. Look how aggressive and abusive they are towards people. And just to give y'all a little bit of knowledge, they want to try to stop local law enforcement from intervening on the Nazi ICE when they violate your constitutional rights.
It's okay.
Local law enforcement have an affirmative duty to protect the citizens. Not one person in particular, but the people, the persons that make up your community, they are liable to protect you in a whole. If they see someone and their rights are being violated, civil rights, humanitarian rights, constitutional rights, they have an affirmative duty to detain that person. They have an affirmative duty to citate that person. Even freedom of speech. You have your First Amendment, Article 1. Freedom of speech. Freedom of religion. Free and fair press. The freedom of expression. Freedom of expression is someone burning the flag. Can they legally do it? Sure. Absolutely, 100%. And there's nothing anyone can actually legally do about it. Unless that fire catches somebody's clothes on fire. Then it becomes arson in the act of a crime. Or they burn the flag inside of a building. Hence, for example, a federal building. That's your ass. You do that. Even if, and I'm going to use an example. Alright? I'm going to make this clear. It is only an example. Okay? Hypothetically, if I was to tell my neighbor, I'm going to cut your, okay? I have the legal right to say it. The only thing the Constitution does not do is protect you from the repercussions of what you said. It will defend to the death your right to say it, but it will not protect you from what you did say in the act of a terroristic threat. And that's what it will be labeled as, is a terroristic threat. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. That's the way the Constitution works. It will protect to the death your right to say or do anything you want to, anywhere you want to. Protects your rights to vote. Protects your rights to bear arms. To keep and bear arms. Protects your rights to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of fair and press. All of it. But it doesn't protect you from the repercussions on the violations of that. In my opinion, once again, this shooting was set up. The only person that got shot was someone they're saying was a cop, okay? They said he's fine. They said he'd be all right. Glad to hear it. Sorry it happened to him, but I'm glad to hear he'll be all right. All right? Like I said, they're already trying to attack our constitutional right, our Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms. And the more people try to shoot at him, the more he's going to try to use that to take away our firearms. All that's going to do is arm the criminals. Because the criminals don't go through the legal process of obtaining a firearm. When you go to buy a gun, legitimately, the correct and proper way, you fill out paperwork with all your information on it. Your name, birthday, social, address, driver's license number, everything. Everything that they need to do a criminal background check on you, mostly an NCIC, which is a nationwide criminal investigation check. NCIC, National Investigation Criminal Checker, however it would go, however it's labeled. I don't remember the exact wording for it, but it's a national criminal check. It can take 3 days to get the results back. Academy, I know, can do it while you're standing there waiting. If you go to the IRA, where they have a room full of gun owners and people selling guns, sometimes they can do it right then. Sometimes it takes a week to get any information back. I mean, it all depends. But if they take away our guns, the only ones that are going to have them are the criminals. And that's something y'all really need to think about. And the reason I know about the banquet room being in the basement of the Hilton, my mom used to travel the country, my mom and dad did, cleaning the motels, getting them set up, getting them ready for people to come in and rent the rooms and get the kitchen and the dining area set up and the buffet area and all that. She used to travel the country with my dad, cleaning up these motels and getting them ready and training the staff and getting them set up and ready and prepared for the grand opening and all this shit, okay? I know all about it. My mom was in the restaurant business for years. For years. And the motel business, getting all of it set up, and she retired from Bush International. It just, all kinds of stuff. But my ex-husband's cousin also worked at the White House as CIA. Okay? I'm not going to give any names. I'm not even going to reveal it. It's personal safety for him. I'm not going to do that. Okay? So understand that. There's just too much going on, and don't nobody have anyone to blame for what's happening except for Trump. Okay? He's to blame for this. He has caused all this chaos in the United States with our own people. With our own people. There wasn't a problem with voting till he emerged. Imagine that. And then I found an article talking about how Russia was involved when they done the investigation. They found that out. Putin was supposed to be involved. I think China was mentioned in it. Trump is the only one that runs in these circles because of the sex trafficking that he was involved in. He may have not been in direct contact with the trafficking, but he knew who the fucking people were that were doing it. That's the circles he runs in. Okay? When you put a criminal in the position that he's in, he's going to run the country like a criminal would run their own house. He's 80 years old in June. June 14th, 1946. Do you think he really gives a flying fuck? I'm going to tell you no, he don't. You know why? Because he ain't going to live for too much longer, taking into consideration that he's already 80. He's not going to live and go through the shit that the rest of us are going to have to go through and deal with after he's gone. Plain and simple. He don't care. He's going to sit up there in that White House until he gets removed, continuing to do whatever the hell he wants. Because the people in the Supreme Court of the United States, the main court of our country, in Congress, are sitting there with their thumbs up their ass. Now, I'm not saying all of them ain't doing anything. Some of them are doing some things, but all of them ain't doing everything that needs to get done. They're not. They're not. And whatever y'all do, do not allow him to build that damn ballroom. Because this shooting was set up with the intent and purpose of him trying to get his way and get that ballroom built. He already laid the foundation saying, oh, it's a national security, it's a national safety risk for me, blah, 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 blah. This was set up, and this dining room is being referred to as a ballroom. And then he said, I had to fight like hell today. Think about it. Listen to the sequence of the wording. Pay attention to when he says these things. He's looking at midterms coming. He knows that his ass is done for. Because he knows for a given fact that we're going to be removing. And I say we. I'm talking about everybody that's involved with that. The people in the United States. There's a lot of Republicans that's flipped on him, become independent, or went ahead and decided that they weren't as MAGA as they thought they were, and decided that they were more Democratic or independent than anything. Because some of them actually still do believe in the rule of law. Okay? The Democrats are still Democratic. They're still Democrats. Independents, even some of them are becoming Democrats. So pay attention to what happened tonight. There's a couple of independent media podcasters that I listen to. There's several of them. And there's one or two that I put in the messages of a video that was made saying, don't go to that dinner. What'd I say? Don't go to the dinner. It's not a good idea. That's what it was. Don't go to that dinner. It's not a good idea. And it isn't because I know of anything happening or know of the shooting gonna happen, because I don't. I didn't know. I genuinely had a bad feeling. I really didn't believe or feel that this was an actual good idea for it to happen. But of course, as usual, I'm not heard, listened to. Videos don't get out. Even the messages, sometimes the messages that I post, sometimes they're not paid attention to. A lot of times they're not, really. Whatever. This one podcaster I know knows several other podcasters. I even commented on Don Lemon's video that he done about this dinner like a month ago. I told him I don't think it's a good idea to go. These are the same people that locked you up because you went to the church and only recorded the demonstrators being in that church questioning the pastor. Those demonstrators actually sat through service and listened. After service was done, they got up and they started questioning the pastor about his employment being over, or the leader or the head supervisor, whatever, of ICE there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I told Don Lemon, I said, these are the same people that are trying to prosecute you for doing your job as a press member. I don't think Don Lemon went. Haven't heard nothing from him. Haven't seen a video come up from him yet. And if you really think about it, the only time that there's ever been an assassination attempt on Donald Trump is when there's been a shitload of people around. He wants to make a scene. He likes the chaos. He likes the drama. He wants to make everything about him. Oh, they tried to kill me. Them damn demon rats. Blah, blah, blah. Bitch, please. Please. Get the fuck over it. The Democrats are not the ones that are the problem. Because we believe in the rule of law. We believe in our Constitution. We know about our forefathers that made the Constitution for the country. Not just for them when they were alive, but for the generations of people in their family that came after them. We firmly and strongly believe in what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Our judicial system isn't perfect. There are flaws, but if it's used right, it works. The J6ers killed people. That is premeditated murder. There are government officials that were assaulted. That's a federal assault on a public servant. That's a felony. Premeditated murder. That's a felony. Defacing government property. Another felony. Destruction to private property. Considering that it's a government facility, a government building, it's another felony. I could keep going. Donald Trump pardoned 1,500 people. I don't know the actual count of numbers at this riot, but at least 1,500 to 1,600 people were pardoned. Criminals. True, down to earth, heartfelt, bottom line criminals. He pardoned the biggest cocaine trafficker and then turned around and invaded Venezuela and took Maduro because he's got drug charges here. There's a news article out now that's confirmed, verifiable, that talks about these boats that keep getting bombed. They keep getting hit. One of the guys in the news article was saying it was a drone that hit him. There's videos of them that have emerged showing that they were actually fishing boats. There's video of them in that boat before they were ever attacked. But Petey Keg's breath. These people are not trafficking drugs into the United States. These people are not even in our jurisdictional waters for the United States. They are in international water, which means they have committed an international crime. You know who handles those? The International Criminal Court, the ICC. Enough is enough. And if you can't see through the bullshit, you need to start piecing the puzzle together. Go back to the beginning and repiece that puzzle together and be able to figure out everything that's happening now compared to everything that happened before and right after Donald Trump ended up in office. He's intentionally doing this shit. The son of a bitch is a damn sociopath. It's time for him to go. And I, as an American United States citizen, born and raised, I absolutely demand that y'all force a vote. And this is to Congress. I demand, as a United States citizen, that you force a damn vote on getting him out of the White House. And you're gonna have to go underneath the 25th Amendment after any kind of impeachments in order to remove him and charge him with criminal contempt of any kind covering any of the laws that he broke. Take your pick. The Constitution's full of laws that he broke. There's federal laws that he broke. Lots of them. Okay? Lots of them. But if you don't charge him and hit him with felonies on state level, there's a chance J.D. Vance is going to try to appoint him as the damn vice president. And I want you to take a guess who's going to be running the White House, even if Trump is just only appointed as vice president. Trump was the president. Well, he is president right now. I don't even like to call him a president because the president doesn't cause the chaos and instability that he does. A true leader will stable the boat. They'll steady it. They won't shake it up and cause you to fall off in the water and drown. Y'all better get it fixed. Because this idiot has got no business being in the fucking White House trying to run the country of the United States of America when he bankrupted 6 companies and 2 casinos. It's casinos. How do you bankrupt a casino? Come on. If you can bankrupt a casino, he's got the capabilities of bankrupting our country. Think about it. 92% shows job loss is a percentage of job losses. No companies have been built. No jobs have been made. No jobs have been created. Minimum wage hadn't come up. Y'all need to figure it out.